welcome back to Homestead Corner. Today I've got a $30 budget stock up haul from the Dollar Tree. Before we get started today, I just wanted to say a great big thank you to Susan. She sent me this matchbook lighter. It is one big match. I love this. This is so cool. I am going to light a whole bunch of stuff up with this. Definitely. I am a match junkie. Thank you so much. And she sent a beautiful card as well. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And her favorite videos are the meal in a jars. And we definitely have lots more of those coming up. And I just wanted to shout out a big thank you. And I also wanted to say thank you for everyone that's been ordering our herbs from our Etsy store. I really appreciate it. And it helps me continue to be able to make videos, definitely. So I wanted to say thank you to all of you that have been checking out the herbs. And I hope they are perfect for what you need them for. To make salves and tinctures, oils, all kinds of stuff, teas. I love growing the herbs, and I really appreciate you guys when you buy them. It is so wonderful. So today I was able to run into Dollar Tree and I did a $30 budget haul. I didn't get a whole lot of food. They really didn't have a whole lot of great stuff in there. So it was kind of, everything was a wreck. It was super busy and there was all kinds of people moving stuff around on the shelves, and it was crazy in there today. So, but I was able to get quite a few things for first aid and supplies, things like that. And I got a couple food items, but let's jump in and see what we got. So the first thing I grabbed is a gallon of water. We are cycling through our water right now, and it is so important to have as much as you can in stock in your homes, because if something happens, you want to make sure you've got it. We can only go 3 days without water. We want to make sure that we have plenty. So we keep water in jugs like this. We use big containers for water. We collect rainwater. I just think water is so important. And when you have an emergency, you will be surprised how fast you go through it. You really don't think you use that much, but you do. Between cleaning and bathing and cooking and drinking, all of it, you really use a ton of water. So we're in the middle of cycling through some of our older water to make sure we've got good, fresh stuff. And then let's see, we'll jump in this bag. So the first thing I found was this value, the wound care kit. I know I have purchased these before. I absolutely love these. For $1.25, this is such a great deal. It comes with 2 of the little gauze pads, a thing of tape. It's got all kinds of stuff in here, and these are gauze rolls, not pads. My mind isn't right today. And then 2x2s and all kinds of different little up to 4x4 gauze pads, 4 of each, 4 different sizes, which is great. I mean, for that price, for $1.25, I think this is probably one of the best deals for first aid they have in the store. And I always love to grab these when I see them. They're not always there, but when they are, they're definitely coming home with me because we love them. And I grabbed another pack of the cotton rounds. We like these. They are great to make your own little face washes. You can make a solution, put these in a jar with it and wash your face. You can use these to light fires. You can use these for so many different things, lots of uses. We like having a good supply of these little cotton things. If you dip them in wax or clean out your wax burners, anything like that, they become, once they're coated in wax, they're a waterproof fire starter. When you tear it open, those little fibers light up and it will stay lit really easy. And the next thing is Aquarella, the antibacterial hand wipes. I love having these in the house. We keep them in all of our emergency bags. We keep them in the car. Anywhere that we're not right at home, we want to make sure we're able to get our hands washed. So we love to keep these all over the place, definitely. And I also grabbed another bag of the Epsom salt. I always get the plain Epsom salt. I can add a scent to it if I want to, and if I use it in the tub. But when you buy the plain ones, you can use it in the garden. You can use it for all sorts of stuff. You know, you can really make tons of things with it. Their Epsom salt is super useful. And the next thing is liquid skin. I love the liquid skin. It saves on Band-Aids, especially if you just have a small scratch you just want to keep covered up so you're not getting anything in it. And this works really well. And these are quite expensive at the other stores, so I always grab those when I see them as well. That's another thing that they don't always have. And then I also got some flexible fabric Band-Aids. I like the fabric ones. They stick really well, and you know, they're not falling off like the plastic ones. But we get whatever we can when we can, because you know, they don't always have everything anymore. That's just the way the stores are now, and you get what you can. The next thing I got is the triple antibiotic ointment. These are great to have. I like these for our go bags, emergency bags, anything like that. So it's a small tube, it's easy. I make an ointment myself that works wonderfully, and we usually use that at home, but these are wonderful for those emergency bags and on the go because it's small and it's really easy. The next thing is eye drops. We like to have eye drops on hand whenever you get sick, allergies, anything like that, making sure you have all the different little things that you use on hand so you don't have to go out searching for them if you can find them. Because, you know, like I said, the stores, they have what they have. Sometimes you can get what you're looking for and sometimes you can't. So I grab it when I see it, definitely. The next thing is paper tape for all these gauze patches and things like that. You want to make sure you have plenty of tapes because you're going to have to make them stick. They're not sticky. And so we keep a good variety of tapes on hand as well. And I also got the gentle tape. This one is a little bit stretchy and it's not super sticky, so it doesn't hurt when you pull it off. So we like that one also, especially for the kids. The kids don't like that real tough tape. And then another pack of 10 gauze pads. I don't think you can have too much first aid stuff. We just stack it and stack it and stack it. We go through quite a bit of it, so it's always getting rotated. But first aid stuff, if you have got to take care of yourself, you want to make sure you have all the right tools. And then I grabbed another one of these little spray peroxide bottles. I love these. They're so handy, and you don't waste as much peroxide. When you have the regular bottle, you're pouring it in a cloth. It's like gets all absorbed in the cloth. It's running all over the place. You've got a big mess. And this, you just direct it where you want it. One quick little spritz. And really, that's enough. Maybe 2 spritz sometimes, depending on how big that gash is. The next thing is baking soda, another multi-purpose item. You want to have tons of baking soda. We like to keep a big amount of baking soda because you can brush your teeth with it, you can clean with it, you can do so many different things with it. It really is one of those things. You want it for baking, you want it for all sorts of stuff. So baking soda, lots and lots of it. And even if it won't, it doesn't fizz anymore for your cooking, it's still good for cleaning. So it does lose its fizz over time, but it's still great for cleaning. It will still do the job. And then I grabbed a small, I don't buy these a lot, but once in a while I like to pick up these little packages of Advil because there's little envelopes in here. These are wonderful for those emergency bags to keep in the car, to keep, you know, go bags, get home bags, bug out bags, anything like that. And you've at least got a little bit in there to get you through until you can get home or wherever you're headed to. And then, whew, these come in handy, I'll tell you. The Absorbine back patches, these are wonderful. They work really good for $1.25. It's such a good deal. I know the Dollar General carries them, and I think they're only $1 at Dollar General, but I don't go there that much because we don't have one close by. So I do usually grab these at the Dollar Tree. But if you go to the Dollar General, I believe there's still $1 there, which is great. And these work so good when you pull a muscle or sore from extra work or anything like that, it's nice to have those things on hand. And then cold and flu season is fastly approaching. It already feels like fall here. Today it's kind of warm, but we went from 100 degrees to 65 degrees in no time flat, and it feels like fall, and the blue asters are coming out already, so it's definitely coming fast. So we grabbed some extra Ricola drops. We really like these. These are just the original. They're tasty and delicious, just herbal cough drops. We like to have those on hand because those scratchy throats, I'm not in love with winter, I'll tell you that, but I'm not in love with the heat either. It's the extremes I don't like. And then I got 2 more packages of the AAA Energizer batteries. These have a 10-year warranty on them, which is great. So they're still going to work even if they're sitting around. I have noticed that the Dollar Tree batteries, they work really good if you use them pretty quickly. But if you leave them sitting, they do go dead after 6 or 8 months. I found most of the batteries I purchased. I don't know if that's because they were hanging out in the store so long, but they are not lasting quite as long. So when I see these Energizers or Duracells, I definitely grab them. And for $1.25 for 2 of them, not a bad deal at all. And then I've got a little bit of food in here, I think, not much. And then I grabbed a bag of hard candies. In an emergency situation, you need a little bit of comfort items in your stash. I think it's really important. I vacuum seal these in a bag. I just pour them all right in. I leave the little wrappers on, but that way they're going to last a little bit longer. They're not going to last long term, but you know, they'll last for a couple years, vacuum sealed up, which is great. And in that event of emergency, you've got a little piece of normalcy, you know, a little sweet something, good for the kids, whatever kind you like. I like these Coastal Bay candies. They're actually pretty good, and they have a bunch of sugar-free options if you need that, which is great. I guess we didn't get much food at all. Like none. Baking soda. And then I grabbed an extra pack of these little muffin cupcake liners. These are great when we have to cook on the wood stove. Cupcakes cook a lot quicker than breads and things like that. And I can still make my bread recipe, put it in here in a muffin tin, and I have small ones that fit in my wood stove oven. So I really love having these on hand because I know that in, you know, lights out, anything like that, or just in the winter in general, we do cook on the wood stove because that's how we heat our home. So we are always using it. Why waste electricity when you've got something hot already burning? And then I grabbed one of these containers. They used to have big, huge 24 cup ones, and this is only 14 cups. It's a little bit shorter this way, but it's still just as big around. I really love these for storage. I don't really put food in them, but I will put batteries in one or toothbrushes in one. And, you know, we use them for a bunch of different things. We have one with razors, one with floss, one with, you know, toothbrushes, just all different things just to keep them organized and in the pantry. They're really easy to label, which is great. You can just put a little label there. You could put it over this one or peel it off. It doesn't matter. But these work perfect. It keeps the dust out and it keeps everything organized so you can see exactly what is there. Because when you are prepping, you usually have a lot of different items. And sometimes if you can't find them, you might as well not have them. So I think it's really important to have them organized and things like that. And Dollar Tree has really cheap organization stuff. And these are supposed to be for food, but I like them for the pantry because they work really well. And then we also grabbed a 52-piece cutlery set. We don't really use these that much because I don't like the throwaway stuff. I like to reuse and wash my own silverware. But in an emergency, these are perfect. You don't have to wash them. You can just chuck them when the grid is down or water is scarce, anytime like that. It's a whole lot easier than having to wash all those dishes, especially if you have to lug water. Oh my God. I remember lugging water when we were kids because we lived on a hand dug well, and we used to go every weekend and fill the trunk with jugs of water. So we didn't have to use our home water so much, especially in the summertime, because we would run out. So plastic is wonderful for those times when you really can't do the dishes or you're trying to conserve water. And last but not least, no Dollar Tree hauls complete without matches. I grabbed a pack of matches. I like the little ones. You get a few more matches in there than the big boxes. I think the big boxes are 300 and you get 320 this way because there's 10 packages of 32. And if your neighbor needed matches or you needed to trade or whatever, you're not going to miss one of these little tiny boxes, and it could really help someone. So I think these are great. They're a great barter item and a great item to have on hand. I have all kinds of fires. I like to light them up. I'm going to burn all kinds of stuff. So that is it for my $30 budget haul. We got a good variety of things this week. They didn't really have a lot of food that we were interested in there, but so I focused more on other areas. I'm always looking for first aid supplies because I don't think you can have too many. In the event of a long-term emergency, you may have to be your own doctor, and you want to make sure that you have got the supplies to do so. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!